Kanos ama ko.
Last March, March 15.
Have you ever been advised not to give blood? Have you ever been advised not to give blood? Yes.
No.
No, ma'am. Have you ever had anemia or any blood disorders or a serious illness operation or been admitted to hospital?
No.
Have you ever been pregnant?
No.
Have uh, have you ever had a head injury, stroke or epilepsy, heart or blood pressure problems or chest pain, like rheumatic fever or heart murmur?
No.
Have you ever had bowel disease, stomach or duodenal problems or ulcers, kidney or liver problems, lung problems including tuberculosis?
No.
Have you ever have cancer of any kind including melanoma, receive a transplant or graft organ, bone marrow, cornea, dura mater, bone or etc.?
No.
Have you ever had jaundice, yellow eye skin or hepatitis ma'am, or like malaria, fever, leptospirosis or changes disease?
No.
Um, have you ever had treatment with the medication Tegason, Intretinate or Tegason acetylene?
No.
Have you had a neurosurgical procedure involving the head, brain, or spinal cord between 1972 and 1989?
No.
Have you received injections of human growth hormone for short stature or human pituitary hormone for infertility prior to 1986?
No.
What was your country of birth?
Philippines.
Philippines. Philippines.
Philippines.
Have you ever been outside Australia? Have you spent a continuous period of 6 months or more outside Australia or any stage of your life?
No.
If your answer is
Yes,
yes, have you been in Papua New Guinea in the last 3 years? Have you ever received a transfusion or injection of blood or blood products outside Australia?
No.
From January 1980 to 31 December 1996 exclusive, have you spent or visited or lived a total time which adds up to 6 months or more in England, Scotland, Wales, Northern England, Channel Islands, and Isle of Man and the Falkland Islands?
No.
Next. Are you feeling healthy and well?
Yes.
Did you have any side effects after leaving the donor center after your last donation?
No.
If are you allergic to the antiseptic chlorhexidine?
No.
What is your weight?
65.
65. In the next 3 days, do you intend to participate in any activities which would place you or others at risk of injury if you were to become unwell after donating, such as driving public transport, operating heavy machinery, underwater diving, piloting a plane, or other activities?
No.
In the last week, have you had dental work, cleaning, fillings, or extractions, taken any aspirin, painkillers, or any inflammatory preparations, or had any cuts, abrasions, sores, or rashes?
No.
No. In the last week, have you had a gastric upset, diarrhea, abdominal pain, or vomiting?
No.
Since your last donation, have you or if you're a new donor, have you in the last 12 months been unwell, seen a doctor or any healthcare practitioners, undergone any tests or investigations, or had an operations or surgical procedures?
No.
Since your last donation, have you or if you're a new donor, have you in the last 12 months had chest pain, ano siya? Angina or any irregular heartbeat?
No.
Since your last donation, have you or if you're a new donor, have you in the last 12 months had shingles or chickenpox, had any immunizations, vaccinations, including as part of the clinical trial?
Torok na.
No.
Torok na.
Nag-video ko po.
Ang big. Uy. Amo din eh. Interview na nimo.
Since your last donation, have you or if you're a new donor, have you in the last 12 months had sexually transmitted infection, example syphilis, gonorrhea, or genital herpes?
No.
Since your last donation, have you or if you're a new donor, have you in the last 12 months taken or used any medication including regular or clinical trial medication, acne or other skin condition medications, pre-exposure prophylaxis to prevent HIV infection or injectable medication?
No.
Do you know anyone in your family who had or has Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease, Gerstmann, Straussler, Schindler syndrome, fatal familial insomnia?
No.
Have you been in Papua New Guinea in the last 3 years?
No.
Since your last donation, have you been outside Australia?
No.
Okay. Since your last donation, have you been pregnant?
No.
Last page. To the best of your knowledge, have you ever thought you could be infected with HIV or have AIDS? To the best of your knowledge, have you ever had a test which showed you had hepatitis B, C, HIV, or HTLV?
No.
To the best of your knowledge, in the last 5 years, have you used drugs by injection or been injected with drugs not prescribed by doctor? In the last 12 months, have you had an illness with both a rash and swollen glands with or without a fever?
No.
In the last 12 months, have you engaged in sexual activity with someone who, first is you think you could be infected with HIV or have AIDS, had a test which showed they had hepatitis B, C, HIV, or HTLV, or ever used drugs by injection or been injected even once with drugs not prescribed by a doctor or dentist, or had an illness with both a rash and swollen glands with or without a fever?
No.
In the last 12 months, have you had sexual activity with a new partner who currently lives or has been living with overseas? No.
No.
In the last 12 months, have you had male or male sex?
No.
In the last 12 months, have you engaged in sexual activity with a male or female sex worker?
No.
In the last 12 months, have you been in prison or in a prison or been held in a lockup or detention center?
No.
In the last 12 months,